Nia Jose, Dino hapa, local pundits, welcome back. Now today I want to speak about Garnacho because after the game against Bournemouth, first of all hiyo game tulikuwa chini sana and I didn't even watch the whole game because usually after the game I go and even listen to the press conference ya manager. So I did not do that because I was so disappointed in how we played. Right now tumeingia sasa even fighting for number 6. Ile number 4 tulikuwa tunafikiria hakuna top 4. Sasa hata ni top 6 na tunakimbilia. But from that game waking up nikaanza kusikia Garnacho is trending and all these things are happening and I went back and actually listened to what the manager said. So let me just break it down for you. After the game, we drew 2-2 against Bournemouth. Garnacho was taken off at halftime. And then Mark Goldbridge, who runs the United stand, went on Twitter or X, akasema the way, speaking about the manager, how the manager was subtly blaming Garnacho for the performance that we portrayed against Bournemouth, and saying that the manager should not have criticized Garnacho for his performances because he's a player who's really performed well and who's played well for Man United. And I agree with the aspect of Garnacho playing well for us this season. That one is that is not disputed. Uh, but I think what has brought about this whole conversation is what Garnacho did. Garnacho going to comment, or Mamen going to like your comment, because we as fans, and Mark Goldbridge is a fan himself, running a fan channel. We, as the local pundits, we also have this channel looking at football. So we can say things, right? Because we are entitled to our own opinions. He's entitled to his own opinion. The problem comes in when a player like, for example, Garnacho going and liking that comment, or so that gives it so much power. And what is being spoken about right now is how the manager or the club will react, because inatukumbusha the time Sancho, what Sancho did. The manager aliulizwa swali about Sancho, said that Sancho did not train very well, and then Sancho went and did on social media akaanza kuuliza maswali, and then it brought about this conversation and the fallout between the manager and Sancho, and then Sancho went to Borussia Dortmund on loan. So this issue is being spoken about so much right now because of what happened to Sancho. And then I was just thinking back to Eric Ten Hag himself as a manager. You ask yourself this question: why did Garnacho feel the need to go and like that comment? Of course, he was pissed, uh, being brought off at halftime. But ukiangalia as a manager, was the manager right to bring him off at halftime? The manager should have the complete power to manage the team as he sees fit. And if you look at the manager's comments after the game, his press conference, what he said was that yes, Garnacho had only trained on Friday, so he was not, had not trained the whole week with the team, and he felt that the connection on the right side was not good, so that's why he brought him off and brought on Amad Diallo. So he was in his right, he was right to do what he felt was right for the game, to bring him off. Now, was Garnacho right to go and like that comment? You tell me whether he was right or not. But it brings the question whether players at Man United feel that they can go and speak to the manager when they feel aggrieved. You know, because if you look at the Sanchez situation, why did he feel the need to go on social media to speak about it? Hakukuwa na environment, alifeel angeenda kwa manager kwa ofisi yake aongee naye amwambie, what, I did not like what you said about me, blah blah blah. And then you go back to Cristiano Ronaldo, because this whole issue of man management qualities at Ten Hag, you can trace them back to Cristiano Ronaldo, because we've said that maybe Eric Ten Hag on man management issues, he doesn't know how to handle those situations very well. I've said before that maybe Eric Ten Hag is sort of a headmaster, where and I feel like it's either his way or the highway, that he's the only one who's making those decisions, and he doesn't bring kuongea na ama players in a way that they feel they can go to him, tell them when they are not happy or something like that. Because if you look at Ronaldo, yes, the criticism that were leveled against Ronaldo, they were legit. Ronaldo, we knew very well that Ronaldo was not a player who could apply pressure. He was at the latter stages of his career, and I am a Cristiano Ronaldo fan. Uh, People know that. I love Cristiano Ronaldo. But we all agree that during that time that maybe he did not suit the way Eric Ten Hag wanted to play. So, because I remember there was a game very well that Ronaldo aliacha tu ball, alafu Cavani akakimbiza ball, akaweka pressure, and then he got the ball, brought it up, and then tukafunga. So uh, that was an issue. So they had a falling out because Ten Hag somehow did not know how to maybe speak to Ronaldo, or maybe how to integrate Ronaldo to his playing style, you know. And then looking at Sancho as well, these issues that Sancho ameongelewa, hii kukuwa late, kukutrain, si ati amechange. He's still that same player. When he was at Man City, those accusations were being made. When he was at Dortmund, even players have said that Sancho did not play very well. I mean, did not train very well. But when he was playing at Dortmund, hukuona hizo issues. Even right now, when he's there on loan, you're not seeing those issues. It's not like all of a sudden now Sancho ameenda train kila siku, you know. Another player that comes to mind if you think about players who don't train very well is, you know, Hazard. Eden Hazard, uh, former players have said Hazard did not train very well. Alikuwa na training ako tu hivyo, but when it comes to the game, he was really showing up. So, and then you never saw an issue with any manager saying that Hazard doesn't play very well because he showed up in games. Now you ask yourself about Ten Hag. Does Ten Hag want players to do whatever he wants? And if a player doesn't do or it doesn't conform to the way he thinks that player should be acting, then that player is on the wrong. And then he feels the need to go and, you know, amongelele, and then it causes this rift between the player and the manager. Cristiano Ronaldo was managed by so many other different managers, and the same with Hazard, the same with Sancho, but we didn't see that sort of falling out. Now, when it comes to now dealing with this situation, yeah, Alejandro Garnacho, we wait to see what will happen. Okay, um, we all know that Garnacho is a player. We've said this. Garnacho is a player for the future. He's a very young guy, only 19, turning 20, a superstar, player who has superstar status, star boy, a player who's one for the future. But he has some sort of arrogance, which is part of his personality. Ni player mwenye ako arrogant, ako confident. Player mwenye is Argentinian alafu anakuwa fan of Cristiano Ronaldo instead of being fan of Messi should tell you that this is a player who's very sure of himself. And players like that, they need to be managed in some sort of way. Even if you're bringing off at halftime, maybe at halftime you speak to him and umwambia this is what's happening, and then he doesn't have that sort of reaction. But again, a mistake has been made. How does the club react to it? How does the manager react to it? Wait and see what will happen, whether it will go down the Sancho way. But again, it begs the question: does Ten Hag really know how to manage these players, or is the culture at Man United so bad that the manager ni kama ameanza to lose your dressing room? Because if you look at Man United right now, who do these players have to look up to? I think maybe Mino. Mino is only, I think, 18 himself or 19. Is he the player wengine want to look up to him? Because the likes of our captain, Bruno Fernandes, even in the game, when such things are happening, when they're saying that Garnacho is not tracking back, where is Casemiro? Where is our captain, Bruno Fernandes? Where is Marcus Rashford? So maybe wangeenda wamwambie, you should do this and do that. So does this also speak to the culture at Man United where, like, team haiko, we have such a bad culture where players feel like the best way that they can air their grievances is to go on social media and to maybe cause this controversy and to take the conversation away from what we should be talking about right now is about how bad we are performing. Now the conversation becomes about Eric Ten Hag and the way he's managing the players, and it just there's a whole lot of negativity around the club right now, and this whole situation is not helping. So you tell me what you think. I honestly, personally, don't think that Ten Hag was at fault to bring out Garnacho because of how he was playing. Uh, but this culture of you know negativity surrounding Man United is something that really worries me and should worry you as a Man United fan. You know, so tell me what you think in the comments. Um, Tell me what you think the club should do to Garnacho. Tell me what you think. Do you think that Garnacho should apologize? And how well do you think, uh, given how, to be honest, these other situations being handled, do you think that Ten Hag, uh, will handle this situation? Well, of course, we will wait and see how he does it. But you tell me what you think he will do, because right now I don't know how, because I feel like we're pushing him to a corner where he feels like he needs to respond to this situation, a situation that maybe would have just gone under the radar, but because of this whole social media thing, he may be forced to do something so that he feels that he's on top, that he still has the power. So, guys, tell me what you think. Cheers.